talking about Season 1 of Overlord. I'm your host, Dicky Stock, and president of the Otaku Anonymous.
That she is. I'm the co-president of the...
Did you cut out?
Wait, did I cut out?
I don't know if he cut out or not.
I think I need to talk more louder. Give me a second. Let me boost up my gain.
I know, usually you can't keep that on because Aang's yelling in the background.
Yeah, I can't keep it up. Now I can actually talk. I am the co-president of the Otakus Anonymous, here to talk about Overwatch with you. Overlord! Sorry, I got confused for a minute.
It's beautiful. Sunny, go ahead.
Oh my god, I'm Sunny. I'm here. I serve the thing that gives you the light, and I am also vice president of this group occasionally.
He's the Knight of the Light.
Knight of the Light.
Tokyo said, Larry, you had one job. Larry, you're now in charge of reading chat. Where the hell is Silver?
I have no
Not
idea.
Here. He's probably still driving around packs.
At him in
Who's
the
Silver,
office.
says Concave.
Who's
Damn.
Silver? Silver's our friend. He's usually in here with us every week. Hold on.
Yeah, Silver's here very often.
He's probably tired because he just came back home from PAX, but we'll continue the show without him. If he jumps in, then
He's so lucky you get to go to PAX.
Oh, right?
Oh.
PAX is pretty cool. I always want to go to PAX.
Does anyone want to give a quick synopsis on what Overlord's about?
Sunny, would you like the honor since you're the first one? This is your first time seeing it?
Oh. I need to find a thing. Where is it? Okay. Okay, so Overlord is about a guy. His name is Momonga, and he is logged into a VR MMO. At its last minutes, the servers are gonna go down, and he's overlooking his guild hall and such, and
it's a grand hall.
Everyone's gone, and he's the only one there, and they're shutting down the servers, and the game's gonna go down after like 10 years or something, maybe longer. I don't remember exactly how long, and he's there, and he's like, okay, it's almost midnight, and then it hits midnight, and he's still there, and he's like, okay, well, still here, guess they didn't shut it down. But then things start getting weird. It is kind of trapped in an MMO, but there's not really the MMO aspect anymore. It's just more he was in a game, and then it wasn't a game. There's an actual world, but it's not the MMO world. It's just his guild hall was transported somewhere different, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much
that's what it seemed like. It seemed like the world was completely different.
Yeah.
It's just his guild hall.
It's similar to the game, but it's completely different.
His guild hall and the NPCs that all of his guild made in the guild hall go with him, and they're trying to figure out what's going on around them in this new land.
So this series originally started off as a light novel, and then it got slowly transported to a manga, to which was slowly made into this anime, which is now in its second season, and it just finished. Second season just finished this season, and third season has already been confirmed. It was also animated by the company Madhouse, which is known for making stuff like One Punch Man, right?
Known for making things that are downright beautiful.
Like, the animation is just fucking beautiful.
They do so well in this too.
Yeah, they did a great job.
I don't think I have never been disappointed with anything that I've seen by Madhouse.
So that is the quick synopsis for Overlord. And so before we get right into the spoiler territories, this is your warning. If you guys don't want this anime spoiled for you, as if the rotating GIF images did not already do that, which I don't think it would. They're really just a bunch of skeletons. Then now is the time to go. If not, then please stay tuned after this quick sponsorship from our sponsor for this episode and all of our episodes, hobbyholics.com, epic cosplay wigs, Weave Apparel, and us. We have t-shirts, guys. Check that shit out. Imagine this, but on your body.
But on your booty.
Are you missing teeth? Well, that won't matter when they're looking at your hair. Go ahead and pick up a wig at epiccosplaywigs.com.
That's pretty good. That was a good one.
They think it's pre-recorded, but we're actually still here. We're just doing it live.
Alright, guys. Let's head back right into Overlord. Now we're complete spoiler territories, and yes, that is Skeletor. Hi, Swag. It's been a while.
Skeletor did come up.
I love Skeletor.
Yeah.
I was
hope
just telling
that's-
them before we. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I really hope that's the thumbnail.
Me
It's
too.
Skeletor. I really
I
hope
put like 3 in, and I'm like, it has to be the thumbnail. It has to come up at least once.
That would be lit.
There are some GIF images in here from second season, but it's only from the theme song, and it really is just like flips of the character. So don't worry, nothing spoilerish.
I want the Alberto statue.
Can't wait for season 3 this year. It's coming out this year, season 3.
Yeah, it's actually coming on July. I was like, wow, so soon.
Wow,
'cause
that's fast.
second season literally just finished. And its second season, first season came out like 2 years ago, maybe.
Years ago,
Yeah, it came out
summer
very long.
2015.
That's 3 years ago, in fact.
Yeah. I know people that love this show and they've talked it up for a really long time, and I can see why, because
It's good, but
it's unique in the fact that the main character isn't, I'm gonna save the world. He's like, I'm gonna take over the world. I'm gonna get it all. I'm gonna find my friends. I don't care about the rest. And he's not stupid. He is calculating and analytical, but he also admits that he makes mistakes, and he's like, oh god, I messed up this time.
I know he's funny because he's trying to act like a powerful lord
but
being,
he's not.
but he's not. He knows he's.
I
not.
love
He's
those
just
breaks in characters. Those breaks in characters is like, should I do this? And then like, oh, did you guys watch the Japanese or English dub?
Japanese.
I watched the Japanese. I didn't really think about there being an English dub, so I was like, shit.
The English dub is actually really, really good. Like, it's not bad at all.
I felt like I probably should have watched it.
Did the Japanese have 2 separate voice actors for
Yeah. He had an internal monologue and then.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
monologue.
great. Okay.
Was it a different voice actor, or was it just
I
like
think
an effect?
It could be an effect. It could
There's
be
only
him making
one-
a voice.
There's only one voice actor credited to.
Oh, okay. Then maybe he was
manga,
doing
so
both the voice then.
It might have just been an effect they put on his voice. That seems like it'd make a lot more sense. You'd need less
That
people
shit-
and
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
still get the same.
The fucking gift
face.
image. If anyone knows where that's from, kudos. I love whoever did the ending credit art. Oh my god.
It was
That
the artist of the light novel.
Oh my god, the art of the light novel is fucking amazing. It looks so fucking good.
I really like how they're making light novels into anime. Like,
Yeah, light novels are better.
Because it was kind of a thing where like a lot of people could not draw their mangas the way they wanted to, and then artists were really expensive in Japan because it's such like a big freaking career opportunity over there. Just to draw for someone, like just to breathe on someone's fucking canvas, it costs so much money.
Breathe.
So like this whole light novel thing, it really, I mean, look at all the crazy stuff we have now. We have Tata no Yusha, we have Overlord, and we also have other stuff like I hate to say it, like Edo Manga Sensei. We have
You hate to
really
say
good
it, like
stuff now.
citrus. I'm just kidding.
Larry, I don't want to fight you here on stream. Larry, will you read where at 8:17?
8:17. Alright. So Zemobi says 12. Oh god, it just keeps moving up chat.
Yeah.
This is Algerian stuff. I think it was 12 years ago. Danny is Algerian stuff. Oh, it said twice. Zemobi says 12 years. But Persona 5 comes out tomorrow. It seems like the guild were teleported to an entirely different world, and then they're just having conversation with themselves.
What?
But
It seems like the guild is teleported to an entirely different
entirely
world.
different world.
Season 3 is coming out this summer.
I'm
I
only
can't-
reading the ones that kind of.
Okay, read them clearly though.
You know, I have never seen this anime before, but I always kept seeing cosplays of Alberto and had no idea who she was. Now I know who she's finally from, says Mark. Swag, I like the villain voice actor much better than Winnie. What? Can't do justice because I'm a child, but gotta do justice because of montage. Am I reading that right? Mark said he watches in English. English to sound like two different people. Playing
I like the
Overlord.
villain main character better than the whiny. I can't do it justice because I'm a child, but I know I can do justice because of montage.
I don't get that sentence.
I'm sorry, Swag.
Blank,
Both
is
me and
Overlord
Larry are
good?
like
Yes.
deprived right now.
Simone, I like how some unseen force would have to forcibly calm him down if he's got too emotional. Yeah, it's because he had like a status element recovery ability, and it was just so powerful that he kept calming him down. Maybe he was just too good of a voice actor. Maybe, but I want to start
Speaking of
this,
that-
so I have to leave. It's very good. It's very good.
Speaking of that, the scene where he finds the NPC that he made in the treasury.
That's funny.
That is the
was
best
so
example
good.
of that. He
That's-
just keeps cringing
was
inside,
funny.
and it keeps making him recover. It's like, oh god,
Yeah.
no.
At first, I thought this was gonna be another typical guy gets transported to a game anime. Yeah, that's just the base. I always say too. That's a season 2 GIF image, by the way, Diggy. At first, I thought
What?
this was gonna be another typical guy. It's the one with the girl with the blonde hair, season 2.
Oh, I like her.
That one with Alberto putting her hands out. That's also season 2, but it doesn't really matter. It's just an ending card.
Isekai is a
I
means to an
love
end.
that fucking
end
picture.
itself.
If they have a model of her doing that pose and like her dripping like black blood, I want it.
Real
Like, I
fast.
turned to the
Eat
game.
my direct TV. Welcome back. We're talking about the anime
My
Overlord.
direct TV.
Yes.
I can't see these names because they're like blue.
I hope you like anime, and if not, we'll probably play some video games after this if you're in for it. Anyways.
really did
Swag.
know
Citrus
that
is a Yuri manga that I really like. The anime is terrible. I do not recommend it. Read the manga.
She is very angry about the anime.
I'm fucking pissed.
She's
How could
old.
they
She's
fuck?
angry.
How the fuck can they fuck up such a fucking masterpiece? Fucking
She's mad.
idiots. I like both, honestly. Did I really make this over dramatic Nazi man? I love anime. Awesome. So do all of us. We also have Skeletor in here.
Diggy
Yeah,
actually
they're
has like
Skeletor.
Diggy has like 3 skeletons hanging. Not real ones yet though.
Not
We're gonna
real
real
ones yet.
pretty soon.
I have
So-
George over here. Yeah.
George
Throughout
and Jorge.
throughout me watching this, I was
I always read like comments on episodes during while reading because I just feel like there are some things that I miss, and people were pasting descriptions from the light novel, and as graphic as the anime can get, the light novel is so much better. Just from the excerpts that I have seen, this gets very gory, especially
Gory?
in the light novel.
Speaking of gory, like when he sliced that guy in half, that GIF image just passed.
Yeah.
I
He
love
just destroys
when
them.
he dies.
But the way it's
I
described
love-
in the light novel makes it even worse. Like it's just, I mean, worse but better.
I gotta say,
Very
this
vivid description.
this whole trapped in an MMO thing is a lot better than. I'm sorry, Larry. It's a lot better than Sword Art's trapped in an MMO
Oh.
thing.
Oh yeah, but like
They-
Sword
they,
Art.
They did it better because it
Yeah, but
it doesn't no longer make it like, oh, I'm in a video game. It makes it like, oh, I'm in a fantasy world. Like
Yeah.
those video game concepts to it.
it does feel very different. It's like he just brought his party. He brought his party guild hall and items
To a different world, and things work as they should. And then it's
Yeah.
fantasy world from there. It's not really
Yeah.
getting transported into an MMO. Like I'd
Yeah,
say
yeah,
more it's
yeah,
Log
it's-
Horizon
it's
for that.
different. Yeah. That's like Slog Horizon does a better job than Sword Art, but I wouldn't compare Overlord to Sword Art because
It's
Sword
just
Art
the
was
same
like,
genre.
oh, Sword Art was it's a game,
Yeah.
it's a game. Overlord was like it was a game, not anymore.
But
With
the
Sword Art,
isekai genre is very similar
Yeah,
across the board to that.
Yeah.
You know,
The
but
way
then the genre changes from goddamn it, Skeletor.
yeah, it changes from it being an isekai to like Sword Art wasn't isekai, but you know, it's like oh, it's a
I think it
video
was a
game.
harem before it was an
Okay, as a harem, but it was like, oh, it's a video game. It's a video game. This one, it's like it was a video game, not anymore. It's just a base setting, so we can quickly wrap our head around it. You know, that's what I feel. You know, so I wouldn't compare this to Sword Art. I would compare this to that stupid ass anime that came out, Death Marching.
Mm-hmm.
I would compare it to that, because on that one, he was a game developer. He got transported to the game he was developing. That's it. Now he's living in the world. But everything that he does is still like a video game. But that's it. He's not asking how to get out. He's not trying to figure out how to get out. He's not figuring out what happened, what's going on. He's just living in there.
And if he was given the option to get out, he probably wouldn't even take it. He seems like he's really enjoying himself.
Yeah, he's not even,
that being
he's not even
said,
talking about it.
I really like that part where he's about to fight that Lolita chick, but she's like standing in the middle of a field, like you have to engage a boss kind of thing.
Yeah, well, she was possessed. So.
Yeah. What the
like
hell was up with that? They never explained it, did they?
So they
No,
did
they did.
at the end. They did. They tried to do a mind control. They didn't completely do the spell. They didn't get full control over her, but they still kind of it's a halfway. They only got halfway done with the spell, and it just kind of did weird stuff.
Yeah. So she was basically a mindless doll, but she still had like some commands in her. So when he engaged in combat, she kind of had the idea that I need to kill this person, but she didn't know why. But she
remembered.
So that's why she was still that's why she was still in that like phase where that's why she was still in the phase of having to fight, yet knowing who she was fighting. You know, she still knew who she was, kind of. She still knew what she was doing, but she still had that awkward command of killing.
There were a lot of buffs in the scene.
That was a good ass fight, man. 1v1 duel.
827 mark. Can you read that?
827. I'm happy about Overlord, says Mark. Concave, yay, got my wood cutting up to 15. Nice job.
Speaking of MMOs.
Any Ikasai RPG element is my jam, Spymastic. I wish Log Horizon got season 3. It better. I'm gonna be fucking mad.
It's probably not. He got busted for tax evasion.
Yikes.
It was tax evasion, right? That was what.
I don't.
It's like
Light
they're
Novel
never
got in
making a
trouble
no game, no life because the guy stole art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy said, you know
That
what I thought
sucks.
was interesting? The main character and his guardians were super overpowered throughout the anime for the majority. But even with all their fights where you knew they were gonna win easily, they made the battles really fun and interesting to watch, even though I know the outcome. Yeah.
Kind of like One Punch.
About that, but yeah, just like One Punch, it still made it worth it. These guys are fucking powerful and shit. They're
Like
level
when he was
99.
fighting Clementine, he's like, "Yeah, I'll just, hold myself back."
Yeah, I loved how they explained it. Oh, no human has ever used any magic above 4th tier, and then like before they even said that, he's casting 9th tier, 18th tier magic like nothing. And then when you hear someone say it, you're like, oh, he's really fucking strong.
He's downright overpowered.
He's a god at this point. Like the way they played it, directed, it kind of showed you was like, wow, it was a really good job. And then his main characters, obviously. And then see, your background music's very relaxing, says Eat My Direct TV.
Way better than Sword Art. Yeah, they're at 829.
Oh wait, how many buff did Ainz cast before the fight? Like 24. He cast anti-arrow, anti-magic, relax, whatever. I was like, what the fuck?
Real fast. The name of the game or the world that they're in. How do you pronounce it? Can you tell me?
Drasil.
Drasil?
Yggdrasil.
Okay. Tell Symphonia they straight up pronounce that Yggdrasil. The entire time.
Well, that's
as far as I know, it's Yggdrasil.
What the Japanese pronunciation is Yggdrasil. Yeah, Yggdrasil. Like that's how they say it, like Yggdrasil, because they can't really say it properly. Yggdrasil or something like that. Yaga.
It's definitely not
Whatever.
Japanese.
Yeah, it's not Japanese. It's what kind of lore is that? It's
Oh god, I knew
Norse?
this.
Maybe.
Well,
I
the
can
most
look
that
it up.
Overlord has overpowered protagonists,
Norse!
but there's a
Yes,
good
it's
reason
Norse!
for it. Ainz was max level when he was transferred, and I believe
Yggdrasil,
that
oh my
Guardian
God.
level, and the Guardians leveled up along their creators, and they didn't fight until the last minute, so they're not stuck with him. They're not stuck with the boring protag syndrome. Yeah, because God, everyone was fucking strong. And there's
It's
one
a
of my favorite
tree.
scenes where before he fought the final battle, he cast all the buffs. Yeah, that was insane. That was funny. That's like what you do before a fucking fight. The whole final fight was great, especially when he started using all the guild member weapons and armor. That was really cool. My favorite guild member's name, Touch Me. Best name.
Yeah.
Best fucking name, hands down. If ever touch me, and the way they said touch me, Sama, I was like, oh my god. Oh my god.
And they don't care. They don't care they're just like, these are our creators.
These are our
I do not
creators.
care.
Touch me is my creator.
The greatest name
my
ever,
God.
and it's just normal MMO names.
Yeah.
Then
So Yggdrasil
Where
is
is
a
it
tree.
yeah, they're calling it Digger still now, Diggy. Sorry.
I
Thanks,
don't know
guys.
why they
Their world
named it.
now.
Thanks.
Here's the word direct.
Okay, here's the thing. In Symphonia, Yggdrasil, the character, he had to revive like the tree of life. Okay, so that all kind of makes sense in its weird kind of.
Why is it in every
Blown
RPG?
away. It's not in every
Because-
RPG, Larry. It's only in the best
Okay.
RPG.
Because it's Norse mythology, Yggdrasil is a tree. There's a lot of things that take inspiration from old mythology. So I don't know why they named the game after it instead of like an object, but that's just how it'll go. All the buffs in that buff scene gave me a flashback to World of Warcraft. Just, I'm about to go fight the boss. Time to put up like 15 buffs.
Yeah, that's what
Solo.
Slag said. How many buffs did Ants
A
cast
lot.
before the fight? Like 24? Yeah.
Eins Olagul. Yep. They made
The
a
background
Nandroid
music
of
is very
him,
relaxing.
and,
Thank you. It's a live stream. I'm sorry, Larry.
They made an Android of Eins and Alberto. I'm like, fuck. I was like, I want the Alberto real bad. I was like,
I've seen a lot of art of her, but I never knew like what it was from. I kind of skimmed over Overlord when it came out.
she's like,
It's so much teasing from the creators with that fucking character. It's like not even fair.
she's like super.
So much
like she's
teasing.
fucking hot. Like she is.
She really is.
It's
He
his
is-
fault.
It
She
is his fault.
like the word bomb is used here. Like she is like a bombshell. Like holy fuck.
Everyone's fucking dead. She's incredible. I can't ask you anything about second season. I want to get a confirmation, but I'll ask you after the stream.
She made a body pillow of him.
Yeah. In the scene where she's like, "What are you doing on his bed? I want it to smell like me when he comes back, but he doesn't sleep. It doesn't matter."
That's an additional part for the Nindroid. That's why I remembered it.
Yeah, she has a body pillow of him,
What
and
the hell?
it's a naked skeleton. It's just a straight
Yeah.
up skeleton, and it's supposed to
Yeah.
be Eins.
That's ridiculous. Oh my god,
Do
the
you-
scale has one too.
Do you think he... No, right?
No, he
Probably
doesn't
not.
date. No, there's no romance in this
No, I mean like...
for him.
Nothing, never mind. Do you think he has
Say
a dick?
No, he's
Oh.
a
No.
free skeleton. He said it. They said it. To join the guild, you must be.
Oh, you
inhuman.
can't be
Well,
human,
I mean,
yeah.
technically, you could have a dick, but he's a
Well, he's
skeleton.
undead,
He chose. He
yeah.
chose
just can't be
undead
human.
class. You just can't be human, and you must be a working member of society. So, like, a lot of his members were.
Got him, swag. Holy shit.
Oh my god,
Do-
you're right.
Do you know why? Do you know what I was thinking?
What?
Like halfway through the series, everyone needs to be a working member of society so they can buy the fucking pay to win items.
Probably.
That's how they got all that stuff. They just bought it. That's the future of MMOs. Is just pay to win.
How old
I'm
was the character
disappointed.
before he got stuck in this world? He's like a
I
kid,
don't-
right?
I feel like they
He's like
don't
a high
explain
schooler,
that.
His voice
feel like-
implies that he might be a high schooler, I feel.
I don't know
But
if it's
also-
stated. I would think that he's
I don't-
like
I
early
don't-
20s
I
though.
feel like they don't explain that.
Yeah, working member society, probably early 20s, you're right. You're right.
Just from
Brian
his character,
says,
it
I
feels
counted
like
the
he is.
buff scene, it was 26. 26 buffs.
That shit's fucking.
Did he even need
leave.
that much?
Yes,
Apparently.
that
Yeah,
man,
he
that,
did.
that
'Cause
man
that
is a
battle was
mage. He knows.
fucking-
He
Yeah, he's
knows
a
what's
ma-
good.
Yeah, he's a mage caster. He's a mage main. He knew what was fucking up. That scene was so
Oh,
fucking funny.
I gotta mute for a second. Keep talking.
Is that your
Carlos.
dog? We all hear that. He was like, "Oh."
I sounded kind of like a vacuum cleaner, but so back to the light novel is significantly more descriptive with its gore, especially with the scene where he kills Clementine. because holy shit, the way that that is described, just from the
Yeah.
small little excerpt that I saw, was really intense. Like organs coming out of her mouth, like just absolute
There we go.
vivid descriptions of
Yeah,
death.
it was a lot. When I saw it, I was like, "Wow, this is pretty gruesome." But like, if you
Yeah,
told
and
me it
it's
was
more
that bad,
gruesome. It's
Yes.
crazy.
it's bad.
Any particular scenes that was your guys' favorite? I really like that 2-second scene where he pulled out the fucking black hole and sucked in that angel thing.
That was fucking funny.
So fast. It was so stupid.
Yeah.
Anything?
All of the action scenes were so great. They're just it's Madhouse. That's the way to describe it. It's action scenes from Madhouse. That's what you're gonna get.
Yeah, Madhouse, they're, dare I say, mad. Thank you. I'm not
I
sure he was
liked when,
playing the game for
Yes.
12 years, though. I feel like he was in his 20s. Momanga doesn't mention multiple times that he spent an entire bonus on gacha items,
Oh, he did talk about that.
and that some of the other guild members ended up spending rent or divorcing because they spent so much. Oh my god.
That's probably why they needed to have jobs because
Yeah, I
it's
remember
pay to
he
win.
did. I remember he did say use all of his summer bonuses to pay for some items in the game. I loved all the fight scenes. I can't pick a favorite. But I love how manga tanked the angel attack and said this is what pain feels like.
That was
You're a
funny. I was
skeleton,
like,
but you
yeah, keep
skeleton, but you want a dick, just tape one on. I mean, I guess he could just
you're
do
not-
that,
you're
right?
Not wrong. You're not wrong there. You know,
He is kind of an old, powerful skeleton
Yeah.
being. You probably
you can
wouldn't
just
take
add-
him too
you know,
long.
just add an extra bone. You know.
He probably knows some kind of spell to change his form.
But he will never.
But he will never.
Pretty sure he
Right.
likes his.
He wants to keep being spooky, scary skeleton man,
Mm.
and that's fine. So I liked the scene where Narbarrel, or the battle maid, killed the old guy that was trying to raise all the dead and destroy the town.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Lit, my fam.
I'm just like, oh, she's taking the weights off. Okay,
If put
Master, I
in-
can take off the weights. Yes,
It was really cool how he had that
light
armor.
me.
if put into a Dungeons and Dragons setting, what would his, would you call him lineage? The, like, chaotic good? I think he's just chaotic evil, isn't he?
He's
Or
chaotic.
chaotic neutral, perhaps?
Well, he's more chaotic neutral because he's trying to take over the world, but he's not using like
Yeah, but he is technically kind of helping people, like the people in the village. Like, he technically...
like he even did it like he even made but he did it
So
and then made an excuse it was for his own benefit, you know. But in the
So-
end, it really is just for
the way that it works is good is helping people, evil is killing people. You know that. Lawful is following either the code of an area that you're in or following your own code of honor. And chaotic is just generally doing whatever you want, being spontaneous. I do not think he is chaotic.
Mark says Momonga is a good guy. He changed his name to Eins Ol Gol. I can't pronounce
He
it.
might just be true neutral. It's really hard to tell. I don't think he's chaotic because he's very calculating.
Mm.
And it's really hard to say whether he's good or evil. He does seem to generally just defend himself or do whatever. He's not really. He doesn't care to help people, but he doesn't care to hurt people. It's just whatever
Yeah.
is in his own interest.
Yeah.
And he
Sometimes
doesn't really care for
yeah.
order or chaos. So he does seem.
Yeah,
very
you're right.
true
He,
neutral.
it's like, even though
But
he's
he
a
did-
spooky skeleton, he's not really there to like makes people's
he-
life worse. He's just there to kind of conquer.
Yeah, but he did help people out just because.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So I
that
need to-
also advances his own interests.
So
Yeah,
I need to bring up
that's
a
true.
thing. So in the opening, we see Cocutus, the giant ice lobster man, fighting
Cocutus?
a lizard man. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
But it doesn't happen till the next season,
Cocutus.
meaning that the lizard man plot was supposed to happen season 1, which is why
weird.
Cocutus did absolutely nothing this season. Lizard men.
Yeah, he didn't do anything
Not
this season,
spoiled
if you think
because
about it.
that's like episode 2. Don't worry, I put lizard girl in here.
Yeah,
I like
right.
lizard
So-
girl.
Right,
She's
it
cute.
right in the beginning of season 2, you get like 5 episodes of lizards, and we're like,
That-
where the fuck is the good guys at? Like, where the fuck are the main characters?
That's also not a spoiler because it's stated in the first season. Well, I mean, it's a spoiler for the first season technically, but it's not a spoiler for season 2. They do talk about, hey, there are a bunch of lizard men over there. Could go do some stuff with that.
Lizard
like
men
the
are
very-
best men.
Yeah.
Love lizard men.
I like how that guy got stabbed. He was like, I'll give you money. And I'm like,
It's like
Yeah,
that.
nah.
That's when you know he's dead.
I
There he
know.
goes. Gotta
He
get
got stabbed like 5 times. That was the creepy part. I'm like, dude, your organs are like fucked up. How are you even talking?
So another thing that I read that happened in the light novel that wasn't like brought over to the anime,
Uh-huh.
which if you don't want to know, this is actually not something that happens in the anime at all. Don't want to know, then tune it out for a minute. I read that he was the one that killed the like the big knight, the one that he stabbed a bunch, was the
Uh-huh.
one that killed the girl's daughter, or the girl's 2 parents, and he just kept stabbing him, kept stabbing her parents like over and over. So it's supposed to be like
Oh,
he
symbolic.
stabbed the parents a bunch, and then he got stabbed a bunch.
Oh, I
Oh,
didn't know
God.
that. That's interesting. Okay.
That
That's
was
really
just a
nice.
comment on the internet. Take
Good.
that for what it is. I hope that's what
Alright.
happens because that's what he deserves.
Yeah. What an asshole.
Let's tie it up into
Ethan
final
guy.
thoughts. You guys ready?
I want to talk about the
Anything
bad
else
guy.
you guys want
He
to
was-
bring up? Any tiny
I like the bad guy. She was kind of hot.
So her voice actress was so good. Everything about that voice actress, in Japanese, of course. Everything about Clementine's voice actress was amazing. I was just
Yeah,
like, this is above and beyond.
I remember Michael was like pretty obsessed with her. She was like, "Man, she's such a cool bad guy. She's so like."
Do you know?
cool.
Do you know who
I'm
her
like-
voice actress is?
I forgot who it is, but it's a very famous voice actor.
Yes, she does.
Is it-
Aoi Yuki does like a lot of things.
Yeah,
Let
she's a very
me
famous voice actor.
interrupt right now, real quick. Thimble Flagon? Is that how you pronounce it? Forgive me if I
Thim-
butchered that name. Thank you so much for the follow. You're officially cashing on and a part of our Otakus Anonymous.
Otakus.
Thank you so much.
You join the Discord?
Oh yeah, if you guys are not yet in the
Oh.
Discord, but you guys like talking about anime and want to join us, there's either a link down in the description below, or you can click this link, Discord in chat. Thank you guys so much. So final thoughts. Sunny, did you have anything?
Everyone said it was like really weird that hearing the voice actress of Madoka doing that type of voice.
It was Madoka's voice actor in Japanese?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
it was.
Really?
Yes.
I need to watch it in Japanese.
Yeah.
It was. Oh yeah, her voice. It was cynical.
She
that
sounds
was the voice.
legitimately insane, and it's
Yeah.
just it's so fitting for the character. I love it.
Yeah.
I was just
And when
downright
you-
impressed every time she spoke.
And when you get to that last part where she
Yeah.
dies in the fight,
Yeah.
ooh, that shit's crazy good. It's creepy because it's funny because she's like super strong and shit, you know.
Mhm.
And the way he just kills her was like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Just
It
kind of
was-
suffocates her. Doesn't care too much.
Swag said it gives me the heebie-jeebies. He didn't suffocate her.
He did. Well,
He didn't
suffocation
just
just
suffocate her.
kind of both. It's kind of
No,
just squeezed.
He crushed her organs. He crushed her.
Just kind of squeezed until she was gone.
Alright, chat. Oh, he snapped her spine.
Yeah, he like squeezed her and killed her really slowly.
He squeezed real slow.
Yeah, and then he crushed her at the very end, and then like everything, like all her blood squirted out. But like Sunny said, apparently, her organs supposed to be spewing out of her.
Mm.
Yeah. Very, very graphic light novel, and I've been recommended to read the light novel by many friends, including
a
Russian
lot of people
fan that
into it.
tries to deny
Right,
ever
the
watching anime.
The Russians have told me to read it.
The Russians.
He
Alright,
actually
guys.
called John a casual
Oh my
for
god.
not reading the light novel.
Final thoughts. I believe that this was a great written anime with beautiful art and a really well written story. Fight scenes are absolutely stunning. The humor when it's there, it hits pretty nicely. The CGI wasn't. I'm sorry, I need to get super close to my screen.
I can't even read it too.
It
was anchovies? I'm reading anchovies. Atrocious.
There you go. That's right.
Matter of fact, I like how they did it for the skeleton. Added a nice creepy GB walk to them. Overall, 9 out of 10. Yeah, I
noticed the CGI instantly, and I'm like, all right, they actually did that well.
They did a well job. Yeah.
It's really easy to
I
mess
want
up.
to give it a 10 out of 10, but I feel like there's something I know that was like whatever with it. Because I feel like there wasn't enough, you know, like to end it there, which sucked, and then was like, damn.
I feel like the pacing wasn't that far off. At the start, it kind of sets up it sets up the environment in the first episode, and then the characters in the second episode, and then it kind of gets off from there. So it's a very slow start.
Slow start. The pacing was decent. Mark says I give this anime a 9 magic buffs out of 10. I love the animation and all the fight scenes. I was really surprised in a good way with how the game genre didn't feel like the typical game genre. I love how the characters and how they had their own unique traits and how they all felt very memorable to me. They did the overpowered characters really well. I would definitely recommend the anime.
I would give this anime an 8 out of 10. The whole MMO thing I can't relate to on a full scale, but like I feel like if I played more MMOs, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. It would get complete 10 out of 10 if Albedo had more fan service. I needed like 10% cranked up, 100% cranked up all the way.
There's no fan service at all.
And more Skeletor. Like, you're right, Sonny,
and
more
she
Skeletor.
Is like one of there's no fan service almost. There's like the only fan service was in the beginning, and besides that there's like no fan service. And I'm like, she is like one of the hottest characters I've ever seen in my fucking life.
She didn't have skimpy armor. Her armor wasn't incredibly skimpy.
Her armor was not skimpy. That was hot. I was like, yo, is that not skimpy armor? I'm feeling it.
Yo, are you leaving something for the imagination? Holy shit.
I know. It was full decked out armor. She had a helmet. That vampire was an ugly looking like an ugly ass hobo. Like, what the heck?
Listen to way more Albedo fan service. Hell yeah, Z.
I want to say 10 out of 10, but I've only given like very few things 10 out of 10. I only give it 10 out of 10 when I know the full series, and to be honest, it's not a 10 out of 10 yet for me. Just season one was very good, but because it's not like a finished series, I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10. It'd be a 9 out of 10. We'll see how season 3 plays out, and then all together we'll see how it all turns out. But it's not a perfecto. But,
well, on the opposite side from Diggy, I have invested much more of my life in MMOs than I should have.
That's true.
And that will continue.
You probably connect very well with this.
Oh yes. Well, I mean, the isekai genre overall, whether it's MMO or simply transported to a different world, like something like Konosuba, regardless of the genre, is very popular these days, and it's hard to find something that does it so well. This anime, for something that's doing something that's so common, just as a basis of what it's trying to do, it's unique in a lot of ways, in that the protagonist is not a complete dumbass. He actually has tactical sense. He is not good.
He's played for a very long time.
He is not good nor evil. It is actually a very common thing in RPGs. It's hard to make a true neutral character that is interesting, and as you brought up earlier, I think he might actually be true neutral. It's very difficult to make a true neutral character that is interesting.
Yeah. Because I feel like he's coming to this world with just like hey, it's just a game, kind of, even though it's not, you know.
The gore is, you don't get a lot of it done well, and when it is done, it's overdone just for the sake of it being gory. It feels like it's very stretched out, and it feels like it's there to enhance it rather than, oh god, it's gory, woo, yay. It's actually there to enhance the show rather than being the main reason that you're watching. So that's also done well. A lot of things here are done well, and I think they're not done well enough in a lot of cases. 10 out of 10. I enjoyed this so much. I see flaws in it, and I look at them and I say, "Wow, it's a flaw. I don't care." It's
That's a good
just
point.
downright enjoyable. I actually didn't like Albedo as much as either of you. She was not my favorite character. Or
Oh, she
even
wasn't my
female character in the
favorite. She was
series.
just fucking
She was
hot.
my favorite.
She was
I
just
love
fucking
her.
hot.
We need
I
more
feel like-
characters like her.
She's very intense.
Yeah, she
That's
is.
also it's his fault though. It's Momoga's fault.
Yeah.
It's his fault because he fucking fuck with their settings.
Feels like I feel like a slight guilt thing from that kind of thing because he fucked with their settings, but it's also like, who cares?
Well, at least she's not a bitch, you know?
Yeah,
that was
right?
the alternative if he didn't change it.
Yeah.
Mark says, I'm usually not one to like fan service, but but for the first time I probably agree. So yeah, this could have done more fan service for Albedo. Also, the ending credits scene with Albedo's art was absolutely beautiful. I was so
really well done.
That shit was so fucking good.
I was so fucking grateful for the ending, Kappa. Albedo was great, but I love Narburl. I think that's the first time I ever say her name.
Noburo was his mate, I think.
Yeah,
Right?
I think so. The white hair?
White
Black
hair.
hair.
Black
She
hair.
was
black hair.
the one that went on him with him on the adventure.
Yeah, this is the ninja.
Mm.
She was like a fighter. She was a mage fighter.
She was a mage, supposed to be a mage, but he was also supposed to be a warrior.
And Toma is
Yeah.
the best made for me, said Swag. Alright, do we have a calculation? Sunny, did anyone do that? Did anyone calculate
for
it? So
the
we
three
usually
of
do
us.
it. Yeah, for three of
For
us.
the three of us, it's a 9. It's 8, 9, 10. Average is
And
9.
for I guess Z and Mark also gave it a 9 out of 10. So I
Then it
guess
would
it's
still
9,
be a
huh?
9. Yeah.
It's a 9 out of 10!
9's pretty
It's a
good.
9 out of 10.
And if that means anything to you, it's recommended if you have not yet seen it. Speaking of which, let's talk about our anime for next week.
Oh,
guys ready?
fuck, I didn't vote. Oh, you already got
No,
it?
there was no vote. I made sure that there was no vote this
Oh.
week. This week, since the winter anime barely all got finished with their seasons and stuff, I chose the one that I wanted to watch the most because I felt like we could have a really good discussion on it. It's holy shit! How did I forget the name?
Violet Evergarden.
Violet Evergarden. Thank you, Sunny. I was gonna say This Ugly and Beautiful World. I was like, that's not it.
There should be a lot to talk about with Violet Evergarden. I haven't watched it at all. I haven't even watched one episode of it. I know it's really good. I've seen people talk about it generally. I think we'll have a lot to talk about.
Alright, so let me give you a quick synopsis for this in case you guys want to invest some time in it or not. It's made by Kyoto Animation Studios. Our main character is named Violet Evergarden, and she is a war veteran with PTSD, and she also has robot hands. And when she comes back from the war, her main job is to just get back to regular life. And what she does is that she has to find a job, and that's kind of what the first episode's about. And that's it. That's all we'll tell you.
That's just the first episode.
Yeah, that's just the first episode. That's the premise of the series. And it's really beautiful. Anime by Kyoto Animation Studios, and they fucking outdid themselves. Like this, it's beautiful. It's fucking incredible. Like just
What
the
Madhouse
animation
does
alone.
for action, Kyoto does for just sheer beauty in the frames.
I know. That shit's just gorgeous.
There
I
you
haven't
go. I'm
seen
gonna
it
write
yet.
it down in chat, just so you guys.
You are in for a really, really nice fucking thing.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's going to get a second season or if it's conclusional, but there it is right there. We're going to come back next Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th? Oh my god.
Oh god.
To talk about Violet Evergarden. Hopefully nothing bad happens. No, it's fine if you're superstitious. Whatever. We're fine. We're going to be fine. Nothing bad's going to happen.
I'm not superstitious.
Cool.
Give me a ladder and a mirror and a black cat.
Oh, I want a black cat. Alright,
We used
Friday
to
the
have a black
13th,
cat.
Violet Evergarden. Was there anything else?
Yeet.
Oh, also this
Give 'em a
month's
yeet.
manga monthly is what was it?
Frank and Fran.
Frank and Fran chapters
Chapters 1 to 22.
1 through
It's
22.
That's next
And
week.
that's next week. Yeah. Then if you guys want to join the Discord, if you had not already have joined the Discord, here
Please
is the
join
link in
the
chat.
Discord. Join the
And we're
Discord.
gonna end it off with the yeet. Yeet. Thank you guys so
Yeet.
much for watching.
Yeet.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Night.
Night, everyone.
Wait, were we gonna play things?
We are gonna play
There's
things.
no
This is just the ending for the
feeling
YouTube video.
Okay.
Da-ba-da-ba-ba. We'll be right back.
Wait, you should have played the ending credit for Overlord.
Da-ba-ba-ba-da.